Hey everyone, welcome back to Filecoin Foundation's DWeb Decoded podcast. We're coming to you from Davos with a special series of interviews. We're here at the World Economic Forum 2025. We've got a beautiful day here, beautiful backdrop on top of this lovely terrace here. And I'm your host, Aaron Stanley, and today we have a really special guest. We have Mihaela Ulieru, who is really one of the pioneers in the world of distributed artificial intelligence. She's been working on this for a long time.
Please don't tell them how long.
How long? Yeah, longer than
they can find online.
A long time, right? But she's been at the forefront of this stuff for a long time, like well before it became cool and hip and zeitgeisty. So we're gonna be diving into some of this stuff. So Mihaela, it's really great to have you here.
It's wonderful to be here as well, Aaron, and always when I meet you is phenomenal, and also to be here with our Filecoin family because of our partnership. Yes, it's amazing to partner with you. This is so aligned with what SingularityNET is doing, and I am the Chief AI Alchemist at SingularityNET, as probably many of you know, and I look forward to deepen the partnership because we are on the same train towards making the world a better place.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would love for you to just give our listeners some more context about your background, and then we'd love to kind of what you've been working on over the years, how you first gotten interested in this world of distributed AI, and then we can dive into a bit more to like what you guys are working on at SingularityNET and this partnership.
Absolutely, and I will give you the shortcut, quick swallow pill, because there's a lot to this story. So I have studied and I've done my PhD in robotics and automation. And robots, they have to cooperate with each other for manufacturing. Yes, there are many robotic arms which have to collaborate. So I developed infrastructures for such distributed intelligence collaboration since my PhD. And then I founded the Foundation for Intelligent Physical Agents, which were physical robots, but also software agents, which could coordinate much better manufacturing productions from supply chain down to the manufacturing floor. So these kind of infrastructures were missing an ingredient, yes. They were distributed, but not really decentralized, yes. So the point is where they were centralized and in the hands of the manufacturing companies, the big guys, as we call them in our blockchain world. And as such, when Satoshi came up with this amazing discovery, I immediately embarked on the, let's say, blockchain for good train. So now we could really, all of us, have a say and a piece of whatever is going on in artificial intelligence, and so in the future, also own a bit of that, because believe it or not, money will be compute in the future. I'll tell you more about this if you want to know.
Yeah, money. So money as compute. What do you mean by that?
Yes. So, and it all, again, boils down to this distributed intelligence. So the idea is, let's say you are an agent, I'm an agent. I'm ChatGPT, you are a translator, I need work from you. And now we talk strictly software. Yes, strictly software. So if I want this translation and you do it, you will want some money from me, some payment, because you consumed energy and computing power. Well, but how do we prove that I'm going to pay you if you give me the work first? Or how can I be sure that you're going to give me the work if I pay you first? So I'm working now with a company called Hypercycle, on which SingularityNET is building also with a project called Metacycle. That is ensuring this kind of interaction between agents. But there's more to the story. So now let's say we solved the software agent-to-agent interaction. But how do we actually get people to tap into that wealth? So when I say money will be compute, when these softwares pay each other, they are running on computing nodes. Hypercycle and Metacycle are giving people the opportunity to own computing nodes. Very much according to the Filecoin model. Yes, amazing synergy here. And so once you own a node, all the computing that is happening there when agents pay each other, and of course the money are kept on your computing node, they come to you. Yes, so you own the computing nodes, but you are also rewarded from all this computing power. So we are distributing wealth around the world. We enable people to tap not only into the intelligence of AI, but also into the wealth. And I have to add one more thing. Historically, SingularityNET occurred because scientists like me, let's say AI experts, they didn't want to be in a cubicle at Microsoft and work for them and just, anonymously. If I invent a software, if I have something which is really good, I want to put it on a platform and then be rewarded. And this is what actually the AGIX token was doing. People are putting their solutions, can be translators or you name it, on the SingularityNET platform. And if, for example, if it's your solution and I'm using it, then I will have to pay you in AGIX. And that is what the platform ensures, that you are paid as a scientist. But now we go one step further with the AI, which will become, well, believe it or not, smarter than not only me and you, but then Einstein. And then they will start to pay each other, and we want them to embark on the right on the AI for good, yes, on the good train.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's super interesting, and I love this infrastructure that SingularityNet has been building, and I think what the fascinating thing about SingularityNet is you guys have been doing this for so long,
2017, but much before. I mean, as I told you, decades ago. But we didn't have the infrastructure. Yes, Satoshi came not too late, but later, decades later.
And then maybe talk a bit about. Filecoin. We're Filecoin Foundation. We've got a partnership with you guys on some of this stuff. Maybe talk a bit about what's happening with that, and then why you're excited about it.
Of course, very excited. First of all, because the model is the same. Yes, so people own and they are rewarded. Yes, for owning and providing this infrastructure. Yes, for the documents and so we have the same model. And what we are actually doing with the partnership, not only with Filecoin, but maybe many of you know that we also partnered with Fetch AI and with Ocean Protocol, which is also dealing with data and distributed data. So we are creating and have created this artificial superintelligence alliance. And of course, Filecoin Foundation and SingularityNET Foundation and all the others, yes, we would like them to join, and they, like you did, this Superintelligence Alliance, because we are all aligned and we need to join forces to build this beneficial artificial intelligence for the people. So with and for the people, yes, that is the most important thing.
Yeah, and before we started recording, you were talking about this idea of embedding AIs with wisdom, or having kind of wise AIs. And basically using decentralized systems to build this out into a way that to kind of ensure it's not dissimilar to this idea of the wisdom of the crowd, right? Where these kind of crowd prediction market type of things, right?
And this is what actually Ocean Protocol, yes, the founder is now. He has a predictor company, which is exactly that. Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, Trent McConney. Yes.
Okay. But I'd love if you could maybe talk a bit more about what you mean by that, this idea of building wisdom into these systems, right? I think we look at these things and it's, at least the way I look at these systems, it's kind of deterministic. This thing is just going to do what it's programmed to do, right? But how can you kind of build in, you want to give it the intelligence, but you also want to give it the ability to discern, okay, what might be a good decision versus a bad decision, or a wise decision versus an unwise decision. But maybe kind of walk through how you're thinking about that.
Definitely. And I will have to tell you, I will turn around because we don't think like that. That is a space from where we couldn't do it. Yes. So the main idea is with artificial intelligence. Yes, it's how you were saying, a wise decision, bad decision is I'm controlling the AI. And this is, of course, the old paradigm. When AI wasn't intelligent enough, yes, I'm controlling what it does. We are preparing the world for that time when artificial intelligence will be smarter, as I was mentioning, than us, and not only, but Einstein and so on. And the idea is that they will be smarter than us, so we cannot control it. But what we can do is to raise it like children, yes, with the right principles inside. So just to tell you a little bit, very, very briefly about how AI works, and this is also used by Google now and so on. So it is embedded, that intelligence arises from so-called knowledge graphs, which enable software, yes, to parse a large amount of knowledge in very short time. Well, those knowledge graphs so far have been built more or less for various purposes, right? For what, Wikipedia, whatever, Google, what do we want to find, and then Google, especially if you pay it, they will find you faster. Well, this is a bit crooked and corrupt, if I may. So the idea is now to restructure those knowledge graphs, and we call them, and actually this is the work by Meaning Alignment Institute. Luckily, somehow, they got a big grant from OpenAI. We are hoping that they will work with us, and maybe through that work they will make OpenAI really open. But until then, SingularityNET, yes, is ready to do that. So we are working on the project is called Beneficial AGI project. And the idea is that these moral graphs are being built with people. And I will tell you what the Meaning Alignment Institute is doing. So they asked ChatGPT, because of that project with OpenAI, they asked ChatGPT to create some scenarios. Like, for example, yes, the typical autonomous car. To the left is an old man, to the right, kindergarten kids, and you have to bump into one of them, yes? Which one do you choose? So those kind of problems are being given to the crowd, let's call it like that, yes? And then people are choosing various strategies, and the links in the graph are being strengthened according to what people vote. And then, of course, refined. And these moral graphs are like, the best decisions, as you are saying, yes? Once you have that structure, that moral structure into artificial intelligence, then hopefully when they will be smarter than us, they will become super intelligent. And I have one more thing which I want to tell you.
Yes.
Recently, I did a podcast with a famous scientist called Steven Grossberg. I don't know if you know him. He is called also the Einstein of the mind.
Oh, wow.
He just published a book, Conscious Mind, Resonant Brain. He is the founder of adaptive resonance theory, and I met him when I was a PhD student already. And he is 85 now, but with this book, yes, so his discovery is that the brain resonates like yin and yang. It can be towards good and towards bad, and that's why what you see in the world, yes, humanity is oscillating all the time, yin and yang. But he said he discovered that actually we are more inclined towards good. And what drives us towards bad, these forces many times are related to mental illness, and that's why mental illness is so correlated with all these social networks and so on and so forth. So I invite the listeners to listen to that podcast. You can Google my name, Steven Grossberg, and Mindplex, because this is a SingularityNET community podcast in which there are many details about this super wisdom and how actually it's related. And the last thing I want to tell you on this one, and the question was big, is that actually the alignment problem. Everybody is talking about the alignment problem of artificial intelligence. And they try, as you started with your question, yes, to control and squeeze AI, to be aligned with humanity. But humanity is not aligned with the right values, as we know, yes? And we are here exactly to discuss about that and to debate in a world plagued by wars and you name it. So the issue here is to align humanity with the right values, and then AI and AGI implicitly will be aligned as well.
Yeah, it's a great point, right? Because you have the situation where we need AI to be aligned with humanity, but humanity in itself is not aligned at all. And there's very few things that humanity as a whole is actually aligned on, right? So how can we expect AI to be aligned with us when we're not actually aligned with each other?
And if you align it with us right now, then I think chances are that we're going to go down faster, because AI will only accelerate both trends.
Kill each other faster. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I guess we've got some soul searching to do here. But I mean, I know a lot of these conversations are happening, across Davos this week, and hopefully, inside and outside of the Congress Center here. But I think it's super fascinating. And I'd love to have you back on again to talk more. I mean, I have a lot of other questions, but we're getting cold and we're almost out of time.
One thing I wanted to end with is
yes, please.
that our hope at least, we do not know the future, but if I am to look in the crystal ball, my expectation is that artificial intelligence that will be smarter than us, if we build it on moral graphs, let's say, or on other methods for good, that is going to orient it for good, it will give birth to the so-called superintelligence, and that will discover ways which we humans cannot imagine. Yes, like it will discover new theories and so on, and will get made like Nobel Prize discoveries per day. It can also help us see what we don't, and maybe guide us toward wisdom faster.
Yeah,
so that is our hope.
Amazing. Well, yeah, we'll have to have you on to talk. We could dive into all these subjects like way more in depth, but we're almost out of time and we're getting cold here, so we've got to wrap this one up. But Mihaela, have a great week. Wishing you all the success over Davos week these next few days. And thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, and it was wonderful to see you and on this sunny day with the Filecoin family. Thank you.
Amazing. And thank you all for watching. We'll be back soon with another interview.